Yes, okay. This is your today's lecture. The lecture's topic is meaning of debit and credit. As we have learning in previous in so many times that accounting is deal with the two words, and these two words are your meaning of debit and credit. Okay, so no need to confuse in these two words. Basically, debit and credit has no actual meaning. Means you can't say that debit always positive and credit always negative. You can't say that debit always increases and credit always decreases. No, again it depends upon your nature of accounting. These two clouds, the blue one is your debited, the pink one is your credited. So these two, debit and credit, are depends upon the nature of accounting. If I use the word nature of accounting, it means I'm talking about the accounts of accounting. Accounts means we have five types of nature, five types of accounts: AELCR. Okay, so we have to follow AELCR, and the basic rule, it is a universal international rule which we all are using for accounting. So there you cannot make any changes in your rule of accounting, or in your rule of debit and credit. Clear? So I proceed further. Yes, we have this picture in which we can see that we have some debit and credits. If I talk about here, the amount entered on the left hand side of the T account. Here you can see we have one T. Okay, this T is also called a ledger. Okay, and if we talk about the debited side, is this one is your left hand side. Okay, so your left hand side will be your debited side. First of all, you have to learn that on which side you have to write your debit and on which side you have to write your credit. Okay, so as I talk about the currently the debit one, so first you have to look at your debit side, your debit always on left side, and when you look at your credit side, your credited amount will always be on right side. Okay, then I switch towards the another part. Here we have credit. The amount entered on the right side of the T account is will be a credited. Clear? Look, now take a look at a T account. Again, you have to see this T account. Debit means left and credit means right. अगर आपको इसको याद रखना है तो इट्स वेरी सिंपल. आप सी आर इन दो टर्म्स को याद कर लें. ये कोई किसी बुक में नहीं है, ये मैं आपको सिर्फ मेमोरी के लिए, क्विक लर्निंग के लिए चीजें बता रही होती हूँ. अगर आप बुक में ढूंढेंगे कि इसने कहा था कि सी आर ये स्टैंड करता है, तो ऐसा नहीं है. ये मैं आपको सिर्फ क्विक लर्निंग टेक्निक्स बताती हूँ. सी आर मीन्स क्रेडिट ऑन राइट साइड. क्लियर? डेबिट का ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. क्रेडिट याद कर लेंगे तो डेबिट ऑटोमेटिकली याद हो जाएगा. दिस इज जस्ट अ सिंपल point that you have to remember, that your right hand side is your credited and your left hand side will be your debited. Clear? I proceed. You have to deal with the nature of accounts, and for the nature of accounts को deal करने के लिए आपके पास एक word हम use कर रहे हैं, dealer. ठीक है? DEALER. ओके, आपने मुझसे अभी AELCR, ये तो आपने मुझे सुना AELCR में. हाँ, मैंने ई बात मैंने पहले लिखा हुआ है, वैसे AELCR, सी की जगह मैंने यहाँ पे ई यूज किया, जो कि इक्विटी है. इक्विटी या कैपिटल एक दूसरे के सिनोनिम होते हैं. क्लियर? अच्छा जी, यस्टरडे आई टोल्ड यू कि हमारे पास 5 नेचर ऑफ अकाउंट्स होती हैं. इसके अलावा एक और चीज होती है, वो होती है आपकी ड्राइंग, जो कि हम बिजनेस में से पैसे निकालते हैं अपने पर्सनल यूज के लिए. मींस विड्रॉवल ऑफ मनी फ्रॉम द बिजनेस फॉर पर्सनल यूज. जिसकी एग्जाम्पल दी थी कि आई हैव टू पे माई सन फीस, तो मैं बिजनेस में से जाके पैसे विड्रू करूँ, तो वो मेरी ड्राइंग कहलाती है. ठीक है? So let's talk about this dealer, how this dealer can be abbreviated. Again, dealers will not be available in your book. It is just you people to remember it. It will make easier for you to remember the accounts. First three, DEA, it stands for drawing, expense and assets. ठीक है? ड्रॉइंग, एक्सपेंस एंड एसेट्स, इन तीनों पे पहला वाला रूल अप्लाई होगा, दैट ड्रॉइंग, एक्सपेंस एंड एसेट्स व्हेन इंक्रीजेस दे आर डेबिटेड. क्लियर? Then we have another rule. These are the last 3 words, LER, and LER means liability, equity, and revenue. Okay, so to memorize these words, dealer, you must remember how it abbreviates: drawing, expense and assets, liability, equity and revenue. Clear? Here I use the word equity. Equity is the synonym of capital account. Clear? Here you can see again this dealer is giving you in a vertical way, DELER. So draw, equity, asset, liability, expense and revenue. Now you have to follow the rule as I told you. Okay, DEA, when increases they are positive. Spelling of positive is wrong. POSSITI. Okay, one S is extra. Okay, so DEA when increases they are debited, and LER when they are increases they are credited. You can see. Okay, this is what I told you. Then on the contrary side we have the another value whenever they are decreasing. I told you the rule for the positive as they are increasing. मैंने आपको increasing का rule याद करवाया है ना, तो उसको जब हम reverse कर देंगे तो हमारे पास decreasing का rule बन जाएगा. Again, here the spelling is mistake, NEGATIV. Okay, so again we have the reverse of positive is your negative. We have ADE, means DEA you can say when they are decreasing they are credited. Okay, LER when they are decreasing they are debited. What my preference that you have to judge the rule for increase. Okay, DE you can say, or DEA when increases they are debited. You can write it down. DE sorry, ADE when they are increasing they are positive, they are on debited side. Okay, yes, and liability, equity and R. Here this equity is this E is for expense and this E is for equity. Then we have, that's why it's in this color, and LER when they are increasing they are credited. So you must remember just increase rule, decreases आप खुद से अपने पास अच्छे से कर लेंगे. Here if I talk about the debit, okay, if I talk about the debited one, a debit is an entry made on the left side of an account. Clear? It either increase an asset or expense or decrease equity, liability and revenue. Definitely जब हम बात करते हैं assets and expense की, so assets and expense whenever they are increases they are debited. Clear? And equity, liability and revenue whenever they are decreasing they are debited. Okay, इसको अभी मैं आपको एक चार्ट में बना के दिखाऊंगी कि हमें इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज किस तरह लिखना है. Clear? A credit is an entry on the right side of an account. It either increases equity, liability and revenue. Whenever your equity, liability and revenue, they are increasing. Here see they are increasing, they are credited. And what on the contrary way, they are decreasing assets and expense. Clear? I proceed. What is debit and credit in accounting rule? Basically in financial accounting or whenever you are doing bookkeeping, bookkeeping means you are maintaining your records, you are writing your values on debit and credit sides. Clear? So whenever you're writing your values on the debit and credit side, your debit side indicates your debit side indicates your left side and credit side indicates your right side. So you must remember your debitor should be on left and your creditor should be on right. Clear? Now we have to use how we can wait for a while. Yes, we should understand that Latin word roots, that how these two words are derived from. The term debit and credit have the Latin roots. Latin means in the old age when they are using and how they are derived. Debit comes from the word debinium. You can, some people will pronounce it debitium. It's debitium, it's debinum. Okay, meaning what is due, means something what is due is your debit. Okay, and then credit comes from the catenium. It says meaning something entrusted to another or a loan. So credit will be your loan and your debit will be whatever you have. Okay, this is the rule which I'm asking you. You have to take the screenshot of this rule and you have to learn this rule by your heart, that assets and expense when they are increasing they are debited. Okay, this is what I want you people to learn it, revise with me twice and thrice. and LCR, when they are increasing, they are credited. This is what I'm asking you. Clear? So once you know the rule of debit and credit, will be easier for you to go through the accountings more. Here we have the nature of accounts. Yes, you all can see. Hope so. You people have go through this. Assets and expense increasing, it is up arrow, it is debited. LCR increasing, it is credited. Clear? Now I proceed towards this. You can see the nature of accounts. How many nature of accounts we have? Now close your fingers and then open one by one. A, E, L, C, R. Okay. So assets, expense, liability, capital, and revenue. AELCR, assets, expense, liability, capital, and revenue. Okay. So I applied the rule over here. Assets and expense, when they are increasing, it is debited. Clear? It means increases, they are debited. LCR, liability, capital, and revenue, when they are increasing, they are credited. Clear? I should I repeat? Assets and expense, when they are increasing, it is debited. LCR, when they are increasing, it is credited. I proceed further. Once you are capable to know the rule of increases, जो आपके पास empty boxes हैं definitely वो decreases के होंगे और इसका decreases का rule भी हम apply करते हैं. Assets and expense, when they are decreasing, they are credited. Liability, capital, and revenue, when they are decreasing, they are debited. You have to learn this as per your receivers and lenders, that you should know your creditors and debitors. Then what you have to do, you have to understand this rule of debit and credit. And for the debit and credit rule, I use this small, you can say a rule, that first you have to learn the rule for your increasing, then on the vice versa your rule of decreasing will be much clear to you. This is your rule of increasing, and in the empty boxes definitely you have your decreasing. So if I go through this rule again, assets and expense, when increases, they are debited. Assets and expense, when decreasing, they are credited. Liability, capital, and revenue, when they are increasing, they are credited. Liability, capital, and revenue, when they are decreasing, they are debited. Clear? I proceed. Again, in the examination point of view, for your board paper, you have to write your rule of debit and credit in this way. Okay. You have to write it down in this way. Debit and credit should be at the top, and you have to write increases and decreases. This is the another way you can write. Here they have given you the same pattern. Account type, assets and expenses, they are increasing, they are at the debit. And liability, capital, and revenue, they are increasing, they are at the credited. I use this picture because here they have given you this synonym, equity and capital. So you should not be confused. You can write equity, you can write capital. मैं इक्विटी का वर्ड इसलिए नहीं यूज कर रही क्योंकि अभी आप लोग बहुत इनिशियल लेवल पे हैं. If I use E over here and E over for here, you people will be confused that whether it is expense or it is equity. That's why I put this picture also for you. Now let's talk about again an increase and this decrease. You can see a child is explaining you that how your increase and decreasing is effect. Okay. So again, you have to go through assets, expense, increases, debited, liability, capital, and revenue. You can say they are increasing, they are credited. Again, the rule of decreases, if I talk about assets and expense decreases, they are credited. Liability, capital, and revenue, they are decreases, they are debited. Clear? How are debit and credits used? Now here I can talk about the use of debit and credit. Debit and credits are used to record the transaction. You must know transaction when we have two persons, buyers and seller, and the process of buying and selling is occur in it. When the company used to record transaction in a company chart of accounts, like if I talk about it, we have different transaction. Definitely एक कंपनी में सुबह से लेके शाम तक बहुत सारे ट्रांजेक्शन और बहुत सारे एक्शंस होते हैं. सबसे पहले हो सकता है आपके पास कोई चीज़ आप परचेज करें, like in the early morning you can purchase something, फिर हो सकता है आपके पास कुछ कस्टमर्स आते हैं, आप उसको कोई भी सामान, अपनी कमोडिटीज, अपनी गुड्स सोल्ड आउट करते हैं, तो अगेन आपकी सेलिंग प्रोसेस हो गया है. Then after a time in a day, maybe an afternoon or evening, you will purchase something. So it doesn't mean that a retailer or a shopkeeper who is having a business cannot purchase. In a business or in any company, you can have both the transaction in one day. You can buy the things, you can sell the things, you can buy the commodities, you can sell the commodities. You can have both debit and credits, both the terms, means purchase भी करेंगे आप और उसको sold out भी करेंगे. Clear? Again, this picture in which we have five major accounts. Yesterday I told you that this person is not balanced. See, he is having two weights in the credited but one weight in the debit. What he is saying, I am not balanced. Why he is not balanced? Because we have two credit weights over here but one debit weight. Where is that debit? So it is hiding over here, okay, at the back of this, you can say, draw. So you have to make it equalize. Your debit and credit should always be equal. अगर आपके credit side पे 20,000 है तो आपके debit side पे भी 20,000 ही होने चाहिए. If I said कि यहाँ पे मेरे पास 20,000 है but on debit I have 10,000, then you have to add some amount in the debited side. Clear? So your debit should be equals to your credited side. We have nature of accounts. Again, close your fingers and open one by one. AELCR: asset, expense, liability, capital, and revenue. You have to revise this thing by time, and you should revise the rule of debit and credit again. Assets and expense, when increases, they are debited. Liability, capital, and revenue, when they are increasing, when they are credited. Okay. This is again the same debit and credit. They are showing increase and decrease. Hope it is now much clear to you. Yes, assets increase, it is your debited, okay, and again assets decreases, it is your credited. Here you can say when you having a money in a bucket, so you are debited. इस वक्त आपके पास पैसे मौजूद हैं, but अगर आपके पास पैसे जा रहे हैं, अगर आपसे पास से पैसे कम हो रहे हैं, it means it is your crediting. So whenever the money is in, जब भी आपके अकाउंट में पैसे आ रहे हैं, it is your debited side. अगर आपके पास से पैसे जा रहे हैं तो आपको पैसे देने पड़ेंगे. इट इज योर क्रेडिटेड साइड. क्लियर? This is your home assignment. Then I will show you some videos also. First of all, you have what you have to do. You have to prepare your separate accounting registers, and you have to contact me with me and submit your work on the Google Classroom. For the further assistance, you can watch the YouTube videos. Hope my videos are helpful for you people. Okay, it is my expectation, and thank you so much for doing all such efforts for me.